Hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine, feeling fine, enjoying your time, enjoy the new year. I hope everything is fine in your life. Today I want to talk about important topic. You know what I mean? This topic is close to my heart. You know what I mean? I will talk about Dua Lipa song, Houdini. You know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? I will share some thoughts about, you know what I mean, Houdini song, you know what I mean? You got me? And the relation between Houdini song and me, you know what I mean? Me as Jesus, you know what I mean? I want everyone that is interested, you know what I mean, in my story. I want everyone to watch the video how it started. You know what I mean? You got me? How it started. The video, in that video, I explained everything. You know what I mean? My story and who I am and everything. My identity. You know what I mean? Everything about. You know what I mean? You will find details there and everything. You know what I mean? Today, I want to talk about Houdini song. You know what I mean? So that you understand, you know what I mean, the song and everything about the song. First, I want to say something. Dua Lipa, you know what I mean? She's interacting with me indirectly. Therefore, she's not talking directly about, you know what I mean, what I will say now, what I will share now. No, you know what I mean? So we interact indirectly, you know what I mean? Stories and publication. You know what I mean? Jesus stories, you know what I mean? The meaning of stories, interaction in, you know what I mean, in stories and publications, you know what I mean? So me, I send them a message, you know what I mean, or video in their Instagram, and they respond to me in story and directly. They're talking to their fans in that story directly, but indirectly they're sending me a message, you know what I mean, or their publication, you know what I mean. That's Jesus stories, you know what I mean. So Dua Lipa, you know what I mean, she had never talked about me directly, you know what I mean. I mean, I'm not talking about her friends. Her friends, you know what I mean, probably, you know what I mean, she talk about me, you know what I mean. But directly in social media, no. Therefore, her explanation to her song, Houdini, you know what I mean, you got me? She's saying some things that, you know what I mean, the public will accept, you know what I mean. You got me, you know what I mean. So, she's not saying, you know what I mean, the truth about, you know what I mean, Houdini song, you know what I mean. And today, you will know the first time, you know what I mean, this is exclusive, you know what I mean. First time you will know, you know what I mean, the meaning of the song. You know what I mean? So before I start explaining, you know what I mean, song and everything, I need to explain to you some things, you know what I mean. You got me? Some things you should put in your mind so that, you know what I mean, you understand, you know what I mean. So me, in this interaction with those famous girls that me, I'm in love with, and we are in a relationship, you know what I mean, they love me and everything, we are in a relationship, you know what I mean. I gave them some colors, you know what I mean, colors of love, you could say, you know what I mean, colors of love. Like for example, Dua Lipa, orange is the color of love that's between me and her, you know what I mean. Taylor Swift, red, you know what I mean, the color red, you know what I mean, red color is the color between me and her, you know what I mean. Kim Kardashian, purple, you know what I mean, purple is the color between me and her, you know what I mean. So I gave them colors, you know what I mean, and the color is, you could say, expression of love, you know what I mean, expression of love, you know what I mean. And Taylor Swift, she's in the top list of the girls in the ranking. She's, you know what I mean, she's number one girl, you know what I mean, Taylor Swift. In all those famous girls, you know what I mean, that I'm talking to and I'm in love with, Taylor Swift, she's number one, you know what I mean, she's number one, you know what I mean. So yeah, you know what I mean. So what happened, listen to me carefully, because I will say some important things now, you know what I mean. So what happened in this journey, while I gave those girls, you know what I mean, the colors, I decided to make new hair color, you know what I mean, red hair color. I choose one girl, you know what I mean, from many girls, you know what I mean, It's like I choose one color of many colors that I gave to my girls, and I choose the red. You know what I mean? In other words, I choose Tyler. You know what I mean? You got me? And I made my hair red. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. So yeah, you know what I mean? In the end of the video, you will see, you know what I mean, my picture, you know what I mean? My hair is red. And I did that. You know what I mean? What happened is Dua Lipa, she made her hair red like me. You know what I mean? To express love. You know what I mean? Of course, the color that's between me and her, Dua Lipa, is orange. You know what I mean? Orange. But because me, I made my hair, you know what I mean, red, she did the same thing. You know what I mean? Because we are crew. You know what I mean? When you will watch the video how it started, you know what I mean? You will find some things there and you will discover some things about we are crew. You know what I mean? Me, I'm here and you know what I mean? I'm talking to all the girls and they know me and I know them and we are crew. You know what I mean? You got me what I mean? So I send them videos and everything. So for example, she watched me talking to her, my hair is red. And she liked to do the same thing. You know what I mean? You got me what I mean? She liked to do the same thing and she made her hair red. And she posts, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The picture, you know what I mean, that she made her hair red in Instagram. I believe it's the first picture, you know what I mean? In 2023. You know what I mean? 2023, October 21. You know what I mean? 21 October, you know what I mean? 21 October, she did that. You know what I mean? I believe 21 October, you know what I mean? I believe 21 October, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, something like that. In October, you know what I mean? She did that, you know what I mean? She did the first, yeah, you know what I mean? Picture she's making her hair red, you know what I mean? That's picture, you know what I mean? And she deleted all the publications in her Instagram. She has many publications in Instagram. She deleted all the publications that she posted before October. She deleted and she kept the picture that her hair is red as the first publication in her Instagram. What is the message there? The message is she started something with me, a relationship with me. You know what I mean? You got me? The idea here is she entered a love relationship. You know what I mean? Love relationship with me. So that's the message that she sent me. You know what I mean? She deleted everything before and she kept that in Instagram. So you will go to Dua Lipa Instagram, you'll find the first picture in Instagram, the first picture that she posts in her Instagram. Her hair is red. You know what I mean? You got what I mean? She did like me. You know what I mean? Like me. Like, not now, I mean in that time. You know what I mean? I will show you everything, you know what I mean, in this video in the end. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Her hair red. You know what I mean? So the message is, I started with it because she did like me. That's expression of love. So the message is, I start love now. I started love now. You know what I mean? I'm entering new journey of my life. You know what I mean? New journey. You know what I mean? New chapter in my life. I'm entering new chapter, you know what I mean, in my life. Chapter of love with this guy, Jesus. So that's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? People, they don't know that. They think that, you know, she deleted those applications because of something, or she could give some reason. That's the truth, you know what I mean? That's the truth about that, you know what I mean? So that's, you know what I mean, what she did. Yeah. And there is a picture of her in the mirror, you know what I mean? The mirror, she's looking to the mirror, you know what I mean? And her hair is red and she's doing by her tongue like this. You know what I mean? What is the meaning of the tongue? You know what I mean? We want to know the tongue. The tongue is expression of love between me and her. You know what I mean? Because me, I like her tongue. You know what I mean? I like her tongue. You know what I mean? When she do story and she do like, like this. I like that. You know what I mean? I like that. And that's, you know what I mean, expression of love between me and her. And her looking to the mirror in that picture. You know what I mean? What is the message there? Her and me. You know what I mean? So there is Dua Lipa and there is Dua Lipa in the mirror. Dua Lipa in the mirror, you know what I mean, symbolize me. Because me, I made my hair red. And you'll see everything in the end of this video, you know what I mean? You catch me, you know what I mean? So that's the thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I mean? So that's the thing, and you got me, you know what I mean? So, the mouth, I mean, it's something between me and her. I mean, as I explained, I mean, when I kiss her and everything, and also I like her tongue, you know what I mean? I like her tongue. All the time I talk about her tongue, you know what I mean? Her tongue, and I like it. And that's expression of love. And the mirror, it's the message that is sending. Dua Lipa is here and me is here because both of us, we have the same hair color, red. So that's about that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So now you understand everything about, you know what I mean, why she chose that hair color and everything. And as I explained, Taylor Swift, I gave her red color and she's #1 in the list of those famous girls, you know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So now we will go further and I will explain, you know what I mean, the song Houdini. You know what I mean? The song Houdini. The song, it's about what I will tell you now. The song, you know what I mean? If you want to know what is the song. The song is about Dua Lipa, you know what I mean? Dua Lipa, she wants me to seduce her. You know what I mean? Got me? Houdini is the guy that he's, you know what I mean, seducing her. You know what I mean? Seducing her. You know what I mean? She wants me to seduce her. You know what I mean? You got me? And at the same time, she wants to be in the top list, like Taylor Swift. She wants to be priority. You know what I mean? So, song is about the guy that, you know what I mean, she wants him to seduce her. You know what I mean? And he's seducing her. And she wants to be in top list. She wants to be priority. You know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So that's what the song is about. You know what I mean? You got me? So that's the meaning of the song. So we'll start by the video. You know what I mean? The video clip of the song. You know what I mean? So that you understand. We will talk about the lyrics later, but now, you know, so in this video we'll talk about the lyrics. But now let's start by the video clip. You know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So I have to tell you something. When I talked in that video how it started, you know what I mean? How it started. I talked about the meaning of the colors. You know what I mean? So the colors, I gave them to the girls, but there is some colors has meaning. Like, for example, black means power. You know what I mean? White means religion. You know what I mean? Grey means the Moroccan Jesus. That's the meaning of grey. The Moroccan Jesus. You know what I mean? Why? Because grey, in the beginning, I gave it to a Moroccan girl. The grey color. I gave it to a Moroccan girl. Fatih Jamali. I gave her grey. But later, I gave it to Miley Cyrus. And now, essentially, grey is for Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So, that's meaning of colors, you know what I mean? Like, for example, purple. Purple, I gave it to Kim Kardashian, you know what I mean? And sometimes it symbolizes fashion because of a story. I talk about it in how it started. You know what I mean? How it started, I talk about, you know what I mean? Something in regard, I ask Paris Hilton to wear, you know what I mean? Moroccan kaftan, you know what I mean? In purple. You know what I mean? To prove something. You know what I mean? You got me? I mean, just watch the video and you will understand the context of everything. You know what I mean? So purple sometimes means fashion. You know what I mean? And grey means the Moroccan Jesus. You know what I mean? So the first thing that you will notice is the ground. The ground in the video clip, the ground, you know what I mean, is grey. You know what I mean? The ground is grey. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean, a message. You know what I mean? That she's sending. You know what I mean? The ground is grey. Also, you know what I mean, you notice that her hair, you know what I mean, is red. You know what I mean? That's, you know what I mean, me, you know what I mean, because me, I made my hair red, and I will show you in the end of this video, you know what I mean, I will show you something like my picture first, when the time, we want to know the time, when I made my hair red, before her or after. You will see the, you know what I mean, the time, me before her, you know what I mean, in September, me in September, and Dua Lipa in October. She made her hair, you know what I mean? So after me, you know what I mean? Got me, you know what I mean? After me, she made her hair red. You know what I mean? So her hair is red, and there is mirror. Mirror. What is the mirror? Me, you know what I mean? So the message here is her, she's looking to the mirror, and Dua Lipa, that she's in the mirror, that's me. So there is two, Dua Lipa and me. Why? Because there is that, you know what I mean, that common thing, the hair color. The common thing between me and her is the hair color. You know what I mean? So that's me, you know what I mean? And in the video, you will notice when they put her up, there is many people, their hair is red. You know what I mean? Their hair is red. And they put her up like this. That's message from her. She want to be priority. You know what I mean? She want to be priority. You know what I mean? Got me? Because me, I put Taylor Swift as priority. She's number one. You know what I mean? So that's about the video. Now we'll talk about the lyrics. You know what I mean? So I wrote some line, you know what I mean? Some lines here, you know what I mean? That, you know what I mean? In the lyrics, you know what I mean? And I will explain to you, you know what I mean? Some lines, you know what I mean? In regard the lyrics, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? The first line that I will talk about is, I come and go. I come and go. You know what I mean? I come and go. So what is the meaning here? I come and go. The meaning here is, she's not available always. You have to put me as priority because I can go at any time. That's the message that she's telling me, because me, I don't put her as priority. I come and go, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like she's telling me I can go at any time, or I can leave at any time, you know what I mean? Because I don't put her as priority, you know what I mean? Catch me, you know what I mean? Catch me or I go. Catch me, you know what I mean? Catch me or I go. Catch me or I go. It's like she's telling me catch me or I will leave. So put me as priority. You know what I mean? Because me, I put Taylor Swift, that I give her red. You know what I mean? I put her first, and Dua, she made her hair red. You know what I mean? Everybody knows. That's in the lyrics. Another line. Everybody knows. She's talking about what? The crew. The crew. You know what I mean? I said, you know what I mean? In how it started, everything, I explained everything. We are crew. There is many girls, you know what I mean? Famous girls, you know what I mean? And me, I'm here, and there is many girls, you know what I mean? And we are interaction, you know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So the crew, I mean those famous girls. Everybody knows about our love and everything, you know what I mean? See you watching and you blew me a kiss. You know what I mean? She's talking about the kiss, you know what I mean? Maybe in some other occasion I will show you vocal I kiss, you know what I mean? And you will find in Jesus Stories videos, when I talk to my girlfriend, I kiss her in the end of the video all the time. You know what I mean? So me, I kiss my girlfriends and I kiss her, you know what I mean? And already I talked about the poem, you know what I mean? So I kiss her, you know what I mean? That's also, you know what I mean? Maybe you could cause a girl to change, you know what I mean, her ways. Maybe you could cause a girl to change. You know what I mean? Probably she's talking about, you know what I mean, her hair color, because she changed herself. You know what I mean? Her hair is, you know what I mean, is red. You know what I mean? You got me? What I mean? But also it means something in the future. Like, for example, when I would put her priority or something, she will change herself. You know what I mean? She will change herself for me. You know what I mean? But also, you know what I mean? She means she changed for me. You know what I mean? Maybe you could cause a girl to change. You know what I mean? So she's talking about, you know what I mean, the hair color too. You know what I mean? Because she did that like me. Everything you say is sounding so sweet. Because me, I talk, you know what I mean? I talk in vocals and videos, you know what I mean? I talk in vocals and videos, you know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? So the interaction is about communication, too much of communication, you know what I mean? It's about my voice too much, you know what I mean? You got me, what I mean? It's about, you got me, it's like, especially in the beginning, you know what I mean? I talk to her in vocals, like hi, blah, blah, in Instagram, vocals, you know what I mean? Vocals. So for example, 1 hour, 2 hour talking about something, either, you know what I mean, movies or anything, you know what I mean? Talking about something in vocals. So you know what I mean? So talking too much, like send her messages, and she doesn't respond. Or she reply on stories or publications indirectly. You know what I mean? So talking too much. It's about me talking too much. I talk too much. You know what I mean? Videos, vocals. You know what I mean? So she's saying everything you say is sounding so sweet. You know what I mean? Another line. She's saying, do you practice everything that you preach? Do you practice everything that you preach? Everyone knows that me, as I said in how it started, the video that I did, me, I'm coach of seduction. You know what I mean? Guys, I teach seduction in Morocco. You know what I mean? So here, she's saying, do you practice everything that you preach? You know what I mean? So do you apply on me seduction? Because me, I teach seduction. You know what I mean? Guys, what I mean? If someone he's curious and he wants to know, you know what I mean? Because you will not understand, you know what I mean, Moroccan language, but you want to see just the channel or something, just ask me and I will show you, you know what I mean? I will show you my channel in seduction, everything, you know what I mean? So do you practice everything that you preach? You know what I mean? Do you practice everything? Do you apply on me seduction? You know what I mean? Because me, I teach seduction. So that's the lyrics, you know what I mean? In regard the song Houdini, you know what I mean? And song, as I said, it's about, you know what I mean? That's the first time you hear, this is the first time you hear the meaning of the song, you know what I mean? And the song, as I said, is about me, and training season also is about me, and I will explain it later, you know what I mean? This is all only about Houdini, you know what I mean? Training season also about me, you know what I mean? And I explain it later. I explain all the songs that has to do with me in regard either Dua Lipa or Taylor Swift. So that's for today, and yeah, just take care. I see you in other videos.